Y'all, looks like we're live here. As we clown around with the underground, girls used to frown Sam down when I come around, gas me, and when they pass me, they used to diss me, harass me, but now they ask me if they can kiss me. Get some fame, people change, want to live your life high, same song, can't go wrong. If I play the nice guy, claim the fame, must have changed now that we became strong. I remain still the same. Why, Stevie? Because it's the same song, infidels. All around the world, it's the Conspiracy Horsemen. Whether you're in the UK, down under in Australia, America, Canada, Mexico, or Japan, you are in the right place. Twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horsemen. YOLO. That one felt good. I like that one. And it's been a good feeling working creatively with one of the best minds that I've been able to interact with, and that's Big Stevie Cool, man. Hopefully our brothers will be able to do the run in here. I know they got family obligations, and we've been putting in the hours on air here, and appreciate you being here to tag in and be the heavyweight superstar.
No, it's good to be here. And yeah, Sal and Pop and I are dealing with a lot. Now, I mean, it's a miracle sometimes they can make it because people don't really know what both of them are going through, whether it be all the COVID and riot bullshit in New York or Sal taking care of personal stuff as he has to handle things remotely back home, which is also the Northeast. So hopefully they'll make some time. But if they don't, I mean, they got a lot of important things to deal with.
Absolutely. Podcasts, seem like a priority, but as we approach 2 million downloads, obviously the Conspiracy Horseman has been, I hate to even say those words, the flagship show. Everyone says that because it's all hands on deck. There are no small parts or small players here. Everyone does their thing, and they do it out of love and passion for content creation. So, the fact that this show does get the biggest numbers, and we've had some incredible guests from Dr. Dave Janda to Christopher Joya, commissioner, 9/11 commissioner, to obviously McAfee, to Vinny Paz, and I could go on and on, to Tommy Dreamer, Raven. It's just been awesome to be able to provide all of our loyal followers with content and to turn them into advocates and just have everybody keep pushing forward, man. And that's what, as we approach 2 million, it's going to be bigger, better, faster, stronger.
Yeah, it's a lot of, I mean, who'd ever thought 2, 3, 4 years ago that we would have McAfee on not only once, but twice, and also all the other things. The one guy that we've been trying to nail down, and he does a lot of Facebook Live videos now, is Richard Gage from Architects and Engineers for 9/11 Truth. He reached out to me on LinkedIn and said he would love to do it, and obviously got busy. I think he got married, went on a honeymoon, and he has his thing, which is a major quest with people being added on, architects, engineers, structural people,
sure,
has been completely just forgotten about. That's why I would love to have him on right now to remind everybody, hey, all these psyops going on. Look at the one we lived in our lifetime and witnessed.
Are living right now, part of a greater one.
Well, I meant that was the first one that was really, now people know years later.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't what they said, but oh well.
It wasn't what they said, but oh well, as the story of COVID changes, very much like that, and the story of George Floyd, as we covered last week, as the best we could without trying to, take a hard stance on anything emotional, just analyze the data that keeps coming in or unfolds and takes one theme and turns it into something else completely, man. And GGP, good to see you, man. Do a mic check here, and I'll be happy to pass it to you.
Mic check.
Sound good to me, man. If you want to get a little closer, you'd be good. We always like to hear that Greek olive oil voice.
Big boy.
Yeah, nice, sound good.
Yeah, pal.
We're glad you can make it. We got family stuff always going on, so we're just saying that we're happy to be able to produce as much content as we have in 3 years as we get close to 2 million, and just we were waxing poetic on. Some of the
It's
awesome
been 3
things.
years?
It's getting close to, man, 3 years.
Jesus, Maron, look at that.
I think August was the anniversary, wasn't it?
It's coming up in August for that, yeah. Because I got the Podbean space back in March, April. That's when it renews. So, yeah, the Horsemen started shortly after that. So,
Very cool.
Yeah, man. Very cool stuff. Obviously, NFL podcast about to drop. Luke about to drop his pants. We'll get into that later, man. But I'm glad you could make it because you said you might run in later. But we'll come back around to it because, again, last week you shined bright because I've just been trying to toe the line at Hameen Media and just so much wrestling, bro. So much fucking wrestling. Like brutal wrestling. And, you've really been on the fucking Bloodhound Trail, GGP, in the Horseman chat doing the fucking grind out work. So I want to appreciate you for doing that because
Thank you.
Yeah, man, I'm going to lean on you again tonight because and I'll bust balls because that's what we do here. For the guy who's not the numerology guy, he sure was the fucking numerology guy this week as we'll focus in on our show as the number 322 Skull and Bones, which we've done previous shows on. So if you want to go back and listen and do some earlier research, you can search, I'm sure, just Conspiracy Horsemen, Skull and Bones, or 322. But very germane to this conversation, and I know Strangler Steve from the Wednesday Locker Room, always looking at everything, breaking it down. He even sent me a Hulk Hogan thing that was like a code. Did you see that or no?
Oh, no.
Here it is. It'll be right here. So get well, Hulk. P.O. Box 911, Venice, California. So, I mean, they'd done that back in the day, but, for 911 help. But it's all numerology, man, and that's why they used it then. And it's right in our faces, and so is this with 322, and we'll circle back.
Okay.
But go ahead, man. Say what's up to the people. Do what you want to do, bro.
What's up, peeps out there in Conspiracy Horseman land? It's your boy GGP coming to you with some truth, some knowledge, and a freshly shaved head. So let's rock and roll.
Looks good. And Drazen in the chat, breaking out that rare eagle. Appreciate you. See Mr. Homeboy back there trying to make peace. Glad we can all come back together if we get hot. Let's keep it civil if we can.
Homeboy 88, I had to put him on his place last night in the NFO.
Well, everybody wants to get their shine, man. I mean, some people are going to learn the hard way. Butcher Tuttles, Wrestle Lavalo P-Mac. I see you guys gifting Dude Butt in there. Razor Miles, Armand. That moron, Jason French, he's got to be jacked by now. Aluminum Wrestling Redneck, Ken Sorelli, Pash, Disco El Swayze. I see all you idiots in there. So 40 strong, so there's some lurkers, but we're kicking it off. Mike Manna, what do you got to say about the situation?
I changed the name back to. I should change it to Coward. That seems to be the name for wrestling. I tell you, I really do believe, and I joke about it a lot, but there's a lot of people who are tense right now, a lot of violence going around, a lot of people with a lot of energy that are going at each other. Just get a huge TV and run 5 hours of wrestling on a loop. You will break each and every one of their wills. They will become tired. They will go home. It will be over. That's it.
All right. Good show, guys. Peace out.
Just privatize world peace.
Dude, if you did a worst of cut of everything Bailey did in the last 2 years, you could break anyone at Guantanamo Bay within a week's time, like of just making them watch that on loop, bro. They're giving up everybody. They're giving up.
I want to ask Papadon, did you watch Raw?
No.
Okay.
I don't watch wrestling anymore. You know what I watch? I'll tell you what I watch. I watch the NWA on YouTube, right? And that, with the Carney Land and what's called it's all, space filler content, but it's good stuff, But before that, that's the only thing I was watching because it was convenient where I can watch it when I want to watch it. And it's not boring. It's wrestling. And as far as Raw and SmackDown, I DVR it, but I never watch it only because by the time I put all 37 kids to bed, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. The last thing I want to do is be up for 3 hours watching wrestling till 4 a.m.
Well, you just have them watch wrestling. They'll be in bed by 8:15.
Dude, they will be out. They'll be begging to go to sleep, bro. Begging.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though. I want to ask, just because I want your opinion. With everything going on in the world, especially in this country and in all the major cities, which everybody's well aware of, how would you present minorities on a live show on a live network TV show? How would you present them?
If I was running a company, you saying?
If you had a TV show, how would you present them? I'm not just
I would
talking about black. I'm talking about Japanese. I'm talking about any minority.
I would present everybody accordingly to what I would hide their weaknesses and book them to their strengths, no matter what the skin of their color is, or what an ethnicity or race, quote unquote race they are. If a person who is a better talker can be the talk guy, and the guy who's the better wrestler is the wrestler guy, and then you have your flippy guy, and then you have your trapeze artist, and the guy who sticks his head in the lion, and then you have your clown, and you have the bearded lady. You find the spots for the right people, and you put them in those spots, and you hide their weaknesses, and you book them to their strengths. And if you can't really hide their weaknesses, by putting them in a certain spot, then give them a manager or put them in a segment. You don't. I mean, that's what I would do.
I like that. Give them,
keep watching.
Give them a manager. Yeah, we'll get that little goddamn. Who's that Jap? Ace, who's that goddamn Jap we got over there? And look at who's that
Hello,
big
boss. You call him Sushi Bellies.
And who's that big goddamn? Look at that big black. Let's
mix it all.
That big black
that
big black ninja over there. Look at that big black ninja. Look at him. Holy shit! Look at the side of that guy. Let's put him together. You can get his little Japanese arm on his cock. Do you think you can get that in the scene when they're leaving? I would love to see that. That'd be goddamn hilarious. Let's get that big black son of a bitch and dress him up like a ninja. That's what happened on fucking Sunday.
Well, you didn't even mention R-Truth of all times. You can make him look in a...
Dude, they took this 7'4" black guy and they put him in a ninja costume and they put him with a bunch of...
7'4" black guy?
From NXT.
Okay.
And then they put Akira Tozawa with him and he was the only one who was unmasked, so he could do all the crazy Asian faces like a Japanese Pearl Harbor bomber pilot. The whole fucking thing. And then, it's just absolutely the most ridiculous shit.
Did it set off the snowflakes?
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, it was so ridiculous that it's just like, whew, bro. And then
I think they're so desensitized. That's why they're lucky they don't have a lot of blowback for that kind of stuff. Because it was bad, dude. It was bad. And they could have done the right thing with R-Truth and turned him heel.
They could have put Bobby Lashley over too.
Yeah.
And they could have put Apollo Crews is the ultimate babyface who doesn't like bend to the MVP's like will to like he's trying to become his sports agent. And then instead of having a clean babyface win, they have him hook the ropes and go over as a heel. So all the equity they built him into the babyface, they fucked in the finish like that, dude. Like every black guy went under. You're either an athletic black guy who loses, or you're a fucking minstrel show clown, dude. And if you're not just that, we're gonna bring in some Asians to do some Charlie Chan shit in the black segment on top of that with the Street Profits who are drinking lean and fucking scissor up and fucking doing all the world star shit. Dude, it couldn't be any more generationally racist, tone deaf. I love stereotypes, don't get me wrong. But just sit there and watch it and go, wow, could you fucking be missing any more than what they're doing is. And I watched 2 hours fucking Friday, 3 hours Sunday, 3 more hours on Monday night, bro. And it was
How was the pay-per-view?
Good, bad, and ugly. There was some fun stuff.
How was the Edge Orton thing? I heard that was good.
Well, if you like WCW 94 with crowd shit piped in, you know what I mean? That's what it was, bro. I mean, that's it. And then they're kicking out of rock bottoms and other finishers just so they can reference matches from like Attitude Era on commentary. So now the match isn't believable. It's just a reference to like 20 years ago, and it's not about that shit anymore, like. So why get rock bottoms and pedigrees in if you know they're just going to fucking walk on them? You know what I mean? Hook it, reverse out of it, hook the rock bottom, reverse out of that, insinuate it, don't bury it. They just were just getting shit in and killing.
To be honest with you, bro, I can't comment for 2 reasons. One, I haven't watched it, so I can't give a valid opinion. 2, I want to work there, so I'll keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, well, watch from Friday. Next time they have a pay-per-view. The Extreme one, Friday, Sunday, and Monday. And then you let me know what's going on.
Until Stevie and I can.
This guy's talking like just by being on the same show as us two after Master Shoot Theater for 2 years,
fucked.
like he's not already buried.
Listen, until Stevie comes out of retirement, and we do the tag team in New Japan where you can manage his bin and we can all go to the Rising Sun and have Salazar Enforcer.
Yeah.
Forget about it. So come on. Let's
you
make it happen.
You think that little of my wrestling skills that I have to be the manager? Fuck.
No, man. We'll do all the freaking.
Oh, okay. All right. I appreciate it.
Are you kidding me? You as a manager in Japan? That'd be awesome.
I just want to go to Japan and kill everyone.
Retired gets you more of a booking fee, and I need that 28 acres in Murphy, North Carolina.
That's right.
I'm down. Tag team. Let's go.
49 strong here at twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horsemen as the boys catch up and talk some shop and some shit. And that's what we do. If you're not here for the wrestling, well, fuck it. You're in the wrong spot because it's for wrestlers talking conspiracy theories. So it's always a major part of our life. And the reason why we look at things the way we do, based on creating false realities for fans, we can spot the lies in the works a mile away. So that is why we are a different cut from every other show that's going on. And we keep trying to get more people as we talk to. I'm in touch with the Cornbread Mafia and the Colombo family Mafia. So for all the mobsters out there from New York trying to see about the McMillian scam, to follow up on that, to the largest domestic marijuana grow operation, 12 cartels together in the Cornbread Mafia, talking to the author of them, and the guy at the top, Johnny Boone, just got paroled because of COVID-19. So could be interesting guests coming up if I can get things booked. We're going on a break next week. I'm not sure if I'll be back in time. I might be getting back just in time, like at 7 to go live if everything works out. So
okay, well, can I throw something out in the universe? I just want to, I don't know, maybe it's just me.
Okay.
Maybe because you can't outwork a worker, but if we got to walk around this planet now wearing masks to protect us from COVID-19, why are all the prisoners getting released from jail, which has the lowest percentage of people getting affected by COVID-19? They're at 1 or 2%, right?
You got to make space for the next people they're going to arrest.
Oh, well, here we go. What I'm saying is this. If masks protect us in the public and in our homes from COVID-19, why not just give the inmates masks? Why are we releasing them to the public? Your logic, when we dissect things and we look at it from a logic standpoint, and we do our audit and we look at all the logistics and we do our Cosby math, right then and there, that one logical sentence proves that even though the virus is real and it's a new virus, that's why it impacted us so greatly this season, it still has a 97, 98, 99% recovery rate.
I caught a huge promo today on the impact attack on this. Go get him, brother. Go ahead.
And it's not a pandemic. It's not an epidemic. It's a fear-mongering tactic. And they all hoodwinked us with all this nonsense and shenanigans and tomfoolery. So, I mean, honestly, if all these prisoners are complaining about worrying about getting COVID-19, if we got to wear masks in the public, fucking let them wear masks. Problem solved.
They've upgraded now.
Yeah.
1984 used to be double speak. Now this situation is triple speak, because we were expecting it could be quadruple speak if you look at it this way. We're supposed to be inside, social distancing, doing all these things, staying 6 feet apart, going down one direction in Walmart, and then, staying away like cattle. The prisoners can come out. Good point about the face mask. Now, recently, the riots and the rallies is another example of double speak. I'm just giving a point. They're encouraging this, which could be the coronavirus to a certain point. They're hoping it becomes more contagious for the second wave, because these are the people that will want Trump out because they'll blame Trump. The rallies are dangerous, and the same healthcare officials or experts are commenting on the same situations with different comments. That's what I mean. Ben brings up 1984, and I think maybe every week we should read a passage from that, like Ben planned on doing.
I'm at page 31.
Page 31. So when you get to page 33, that's the hot one.
That's coming soon, yeah.
But There's an episode of Star Trek. I know I'm not saying it's not a Star Wars versus Star Trek thing, but probably one of the best episodes, powerful episode that will chill you to the core. If you really look at what's going on today, it's called Chain of Command Part 2. It's a 2-part series. You can watch both. There's a thing where Picard is a prisoner of war, or just a prisoner in general, of a Cardassian. The Cardassian has lights above him and says, how many lights do you see? There's 4 lights. And he tells Picard, no, there's 5 lights. Picard's like, there's 4 lights. Tortures him mentally, emotionally, starves him physically. You know, obviously real torture. I mean, it's like show don't tell. He's not really showing the actual torture, but you see the effects of it. Throughout the whole episode, he's trying to like even become his friend. Like, and talk about, and the child comes in, the Cardassian's kid comes in, all these different mental plays. If you watch that, and then he keeps going back and forth, how many lights, just gloss over. And then when he answers wrong, he tries to instill that Stockholm syndrome, that indoctrination, that doublespeak, or whatever term it would be.
Trauma-based mind control. You have to split the person.
Exactly. It's a psyop in a way.
It's MK
He's
Ultra.
doing a psyop throughout the episode.
It's Operation Monarch. That's exactly what MK Ultra is. It's what they did to the little girl on Stranger Things, and you know, there's plenty of these from Ted Kaczynski and the Unabomber. This is all real shit. Not the Stranger Things part, but you know, like what is it on? Well, it went down at Harvard there where he was, right, or MIT. I can't remember, where did he go?
I think he was at MIT. He was up there, one of the, like, he was genius level.
Yeah, and it also on the base in Long Island, Montauk, right? So not only just for disease and strange things like Lyme disease that was supposedly pioneered there along with HIV, also a spot for mind control, also a spot taken down from where Tesla had his experiments and whatnot as a waypoint to use the Earth's natural, whatever you want to say, gateways or frequencies to be able to spread whatever he was putting out there for free electricity, and then all that gets torn down. There's a lot of strange shit that goes down right in that area, man, and has and always will. And you can go back and listen to our past shows. We've covered a lot of this stuff here, dude. But when it comes to that GGP, I'm done selling for it, man. I'm done with you stay inside, you do this, you do that, turn around, and now they're like, Florida, there's many new cases. This, you're gonna, oh my god, like, dude. And now,
well, you said it best, and Stevie just touched base on it.
Yeah.
They tell you, oh, you can't get in groups of more than 10, 15, 20 people at your home, but it's okay to go riot. It's okay to go protest. Because you know what? Protesting is the cure to the coronavirus. You're not going to catch it if you're protesting with 1,000 people. And I'm saying, and I am not, let me repeat, not saying the protesters are wrong. Okay, this country was built on protesting the government. And you know what? Kudos to everybody who's standing up and protesting peacefully and the right way. To all those people who are causing havoc, destruction, mayhem, and getting paid by the Obama Foundation, the Clinton Foundation, George Soros, and anything else underneath the sun in order to cause anarchy, those Antifa actors, they all need to get hit in the head with a bat or get shot in the back of the head, suicide style, Clinton body style, and taken out of the picture. Each and every one of them.
Group, he says group. I was looking what Stevie sent earlier. Let's see. Oh, where is it, man?
Can I touch base on that 322?
Yeah, I was going to bring it all the way back around, but if you want to start there, by all means, please do.
It's all a work. I've been saying this is day one. We all have been saying life is a work. Everything is a work, right? Well, this is a work within a work, like an Inception type of dream within a dream type of scenario. A good buddy of mine, you guys all know him, Bull James, hits me up, yo, type in Google COVID 322. So I do it because he always busts my chops about the conspiracy theory. So all this stuff pops out: 322 new cases, 320 dead. all these different states. I went, holy shit. I said 322. That's Skull and Bones. He goes, I know. I said that's also the same time that the
I got to hear Palm Beach 322. 322 cases, 17 new in Mississippi. June 14th, 322, Dakota County, 322, reported in Wisconsin, 12 deaths, Shepherd Express. Dude, just like,
hold on,
go ahead.
put a pin in it. So the plot thickens, right? So I said, hey, the missile, not the missile, the rocket launch the other week, Tesla and NASA, the launch time was 322. He was like, holy shit, no way. I said, yeah. I said, I'm going to send this to Sal, because Sal's obviously friends with Bill James. And he goes, yeah, he'll love it. And he goes, I bet he will. So later on, a buddy of mine, I sent it, we were talking about it. He types in a different number. Let's say CeeLo 456, COVID 456, Google it. The same articles pop up, but instead of 322, it says 456. Same articles, tit for tat. The number just changes. You type in triple sevens, it'll be triple sevens. You type in 123, it'll be 123. So what is it? It's a conspiracy theory within a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
To show all the conspiracy theories that they're knuckleheads. So they're ribbing us. It's one giant rib.
Well, I don't know about a rib, but it's the fact that, okay, so 322 is just for the conspiracy theorists who want to tie it to Skull and Bones. I'm down with that being debunked.
So type in 456, you'll see the same exact articles, same exact places, but instead of 322, it'll be 456.
That I'm okay, but here's the thing. And I see it. The coronavirus officials report 456 new COVID. But that doesn't play into fuck with the conspiracy theorists. That's fuck with everybody, whatever number you put in there.
Exactly.
So that isn't just a rib on us. That's an even bigger control method, which Google is this was said today by a bunch of people online and Tucker Carlson, and that's why they're really going in on it. Put it over, saying Google is the biggest threat to democracy if you believe democracy is really a thing anymore. That's a good rib in itself. But they're warning, who do we need to be looking at directly on the board of directors of Google? And this goes right to my list of 300, Stevie. And you sent it out earlier. I'm bringing up in window capture here. What is it? WeForum.org. World Economic Forum, the Great Reset, a unique twin summit to begin in 2021. The Great Reset will be a theme of unique twin summit in January 2021, convened by the World Economic Forum. The Great Reset is a commitment to jointly and urgently build the foundations of our economic and social system for a more fair and sustainable, resilient future. It requires a new social contract centered on human dignity, social justice, and where societal progress does not fall behind economic development. The global health crisis has been laid bare long-standing ruptures in our economies and societies and created a social crisis that urgently requires decent and meaningful jobs. The Twin Summit will be both in-person and virtual, connecting key global governmental businesses leaders in Davos with the global multi-stakeholder network in 400 cities around the world for a forward-oriented dialogue driven by the younger generation. So you fucking corporate cocksuckers, listen up. These kids got something to say, pretty much. Backed by Davos Group, Soros-funded, Clinton-funded, speakers for 1430 live stream. But let's scroll down here to the bottom, because this is where I saw some interesting shit. Read more about the Great Reset. Strategic Intelligence Platform and Transformation Maps. Explore the Great Reset Transformation Map. Looked in the agenda as well. But then you go even down here farther. They've got the Davos Manifesto on here. Shows their leadership and governance. Like they're that balls out bold about it. They're doing the by the fucking ocean, big group pose down right here, when every one of these people is probably behind it, taking kickbacks on kickbacks, are just corporate lobbyists that are there to represent those people who are the even bigger power players from these other 400. How about this? Globalization 4.0. Like, you can go to this, weforum.org. Unbelievable, the balls of them just rebranding it, putting it out there, and a great find by you, Stevie. Go ahead.
Remember, we thought that Agenda 21 would turn into Agenda 2030.
Yeah.
They just accelerated it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna. They're on pace to do it now, because what everybody in these cities and the creating these zones in these countries and doing all this stuff, eventually, if we're lucky, the cities will only turn into dystopian like disaster areas, but they may need people to be in those major cities, and shotgun housing kind of like comes up, or you start stacking it, or you give people their little boxes to live in, because they, like you just said, social justice, meaningful jobs, all these things are subjective that you put up there. To us, at least, they're going to tell us what a meaningful job is. Podcasting isn't, running online fitness. No, you need to be building the bridge. You need to be doing this for the motherland or the fatherland. Sounds awfully familiar, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
A meaningful job, social justice, equality, people, like redistribution of wealth, I'm sure, right? Everybody's got to have, if you have $3,000, who doesn't have part of that?
Do you think the young kids are going to come in and go, no, you guys keep your wealth? That's what this whole thing is to like, who are the young fresh? Where's the next AOC? That's what this shit really is. Our Greta Thunberg, march them out. We got a fucking army of them to march out to tell you what to do to the corporate masters. And here's how we're all going to push our money a certain way. And then you push your money towards Black Lives Matter. And we looked at that website in a video breakdown. At the end of the day, what are the top 3 donors? Bernie Sanders. They take all the money for Black Lives Matter, turn around and dump it into Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, and what was the other foundation? I can't remember.
Well, it was Biden, and it was also Elizabeth Warren.
So all Democratic Party. So you think your money for Black Lives Matter is going to it? It goes to the four richest, whitest motherfuckers running for president already. Nothing to do with Black Lives Matter whatsoever. Not a black person named are their top 4 fucking donees of the money that comes in. So it's such a fucking window dressing facade where people are like, just go donate, man. Go donate to these funds. And here's the colleges on the side who are just, dude, they're drooling because they love this type of random funding where, oh, here's $2 million earmarked from an outside donor that now the state and federal will match because we've got it written in the grant. So we'll get $4 million here. We'll get another 10 from them. That equals 20. And then we only have to spend about $5 million of that on getting low income, affirmative action hires. And where's the rest of that 19 million go? I wonder. It can never be traced, bro. I've seen them do it in academia. They sold it here as nanotechnology. All this next thing was going to be nanotech. They killed it all after having a whole nanotech like investment thing. Then STEM for science, technology, engineering, brought it all in, then killed it all. Online learning, $80 million for that. That's why they switched from that to STEM. Like, they're just sycophants when it comes to this shit. And now they'll cry baby to like, we need the money for more diversity programs.
They're basically selling the monorail in The Simpsons. That's all they're doing.
Bro. Every 4 years, that's what they do, dude. That's exactly what they do. That's every state-funded school.
What's a social contract? I've never heard of that in a day in my life. What's social contract? That you were reading their statement. A social contract. So we're gonna have to sign contracts to be social with people?
They're taking the words or the connotation of a social contract as kind of rules. What I understand, at least in generations as they passed, social contracts are kind of like rules that you're living by with each other. So they're taking that, but dude,
I was thinking
kind of a social dude. There's an unspeakable social contract right now that you better not have an opinion different than mine. I'll get you fired. I'll cancel. Isn't that technically a social contract, even though it's poisonous, Ben?
Right. If you want to go back to the original, and it's Jean-Jacques Rousseau's 1762 treatise for the social contract. So they're talking about the Age of Enlightenment, and originally published on social contracts, where he theorized about the establishment of a political community in the face of the problems of a commercial society. the discourse of inequality. So the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. What's the contract between them where you're not a serf and a slave, where you have your own, but the social contract has been broken, obviously, for minorities and the way things are set up voting district wise, and any of that type of stuff, of medical, of who gets it, and oh, this is the over doctor Shug, you got to go wait in the under room, like, what is it, what is the social contract excuse me, in Canada for their people with healthcare alone, and what they don't have to think about and worry about, where you will lose weeks sleep at a time if one of your little ones goes and breaks their arm, and then the next week another one's got to get orthodonture done, and those bills stack up. Imagine if you didn't have that in your life, GGP, and that sort of Damocles wasn't hanging over your head.
Okay, I see. I figured it was more in the line of having a social contract, almost like a social credit score type of system,
Okay.
like they have in China right now, where they're going
They
to
may.
deem some kind of contracts, bylaws where you have to abide by them to be social with other people. Otherwise, if you break them, maybe I'm just analyzing it too much, or I'm
No,
thinking too much.
they could bastardize that. They've done it 100 times. Their new social contract could be, if you want to be part of the new world, the new America, then it's a cashless society with nano injections of a vaccine. That it could be all that tracking, absolutely, of what you want to opt into, in this new world where everybody's going to get 500 credits downloaded to them weekly for food or whatever they want to spend it on. PlayStation games, go ahead, kids. And that's what and also the affirmative action push, where doesn't matter if you were white or Asian or maybe not Latino, but like even a woman, you're going to get put, and you've put in 12 years to be a top in your profession, you're going to get beat out of that job by an undergrad who just graduated 4 years on an affirmative action scholarship because we need to hire a black hire as a CEO. Like, that's going to be part of the new social contract too. And they frame it one way in the old, French Revolution, Age of Enlightenment way of thinking, but they're really pushing an agenda underneath that is to disrupt American democracy, the whole nine, every part of it, dude. It's all Brexit. It's all the same. Get them titties out.
So here's the deal, man. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. But when you put a label on something and you're forcing people to adhere to a certain way
Yeah.
in order to achieve a certain outcome for a certain agenda, you're making the situation worse. Meaning that when you're a little kid and you don't want to eat your vegetables and you're being forced to eat your vegetables, you're going to hate vegetables because you're being forced to eat it by your parents.
Sure.
Right? Same scenario going down today, right? They're dividing us with labels: black, white, urban, middle class, lower class, upper class, heterosexual, homosexual, transsexual, transvestite, non-binary, all these stupid labels. And they're keeping us in little pockets and little buckets, and everyone's trying to fight and holler the loudest so their bucket can be represented the most. But at the end of the day, what does it all really mean? It means absolutely nothing. Because at the end of the day, we're all powerless when we're divided. We have no power whatsoever. But when we come together, like we were coming together at the end of Memorial Day, all getting sick and tired of this corona nonsense, and everyone's like, yeah, fuck this corona nonsense. Yeah, fuck this isolation shit. Yeah, I'm with you. No, I'm with you. Let's go get a beer together. Let's go have a barbecue. What happens? They take a situation where it was good versus evil, someone with an ego who abused his power, and they turned it into a black and white thing to push the narrative to a different subject to keep everybody divided. And that's what's going on. So when you have situations like this and you're telling me, oh, new
Turn the
world,
light on.
and we need to incorporate more diverse people into this, and we have to have a certain standard of white people on the TV show, and black people, and Chinese people, and Indian people, and transvestites, and homosexuals, and gay, lesbians, whatever, just to meet a status quo, what's going to happen is people are going to be pissed because they're being forced to deal with something they don't want to deal with, or forced to watch something they don't want to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're forcing someone to do something, you're going to get that pushback. And that pushback is what they're betting on, because everyone thinks that it's going to bring the world together, but this is going to push everybody further apart. What everyone needs to do is drop the labels. It's not the black race versus the white race. It's the human race. It's not yellow versus red versus brown versus black versus white. Colors don't matter. It's all about the green. That's the only color that matters, and that's the only color that people up top in the 1%, in the shadow government, the elite, Illuminati, cabal, whatever you want to label these pricks, the banksters that are running the world, that's the only color they care about. And the fact that they're running away with it while we're sitting here with our arms out going, yes, may I please have some more porridge, please? And they're laughing, eating a fat steak and smoking a cigar. At the end of the day, people need to realize we need to come together. Without like put it this way, right? There's a saying, black, red, yellow, white, brown. Individually, they're just fingers, but come together, it's a powerful fist. We can make something happen. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Well, it just is the look at how we're being played as pawns, and even a mass thing. Like you see more protests for Black Lives Matter, then they're like Black Trans Lives Matter. Okay, here's a super small subsect minority that we're being forced to care about, and like, oh, okay, you're driving this on us. Okay, we're with it, whatever. But then are people really going to donate to Black Trans Lives Matter? Now, here's where it makes green. Sure, they are, because of that, whatever, 100,000 that we're protesting. You convert, let's talk in business way, you convert 2% of that, that's 2,000 people. If 2,000 people there gave you $20, that's $40,000 they made on that little parade alone. Someone goes, fuck, what other minority subsects can we do? And add that up to get to $250,000 for our next goal. This is how they're thinking, because all that money goes right into some signage or whatever, but the rest of it, after it gets spent on donuts, coffee, and milk to get rid of the mace out of their fucking faces, goes right into Bernie Sanders, right into fucking Hillary Clinton, and not to any black life or black trans. No black trans person sees a fucking dime of that money, dude.
Well,
not
put it
a
this
dime.
way, look at all. I'm sorry, Steve. If you want to talk, go ahead, because I feel like I'm over talking.
No, I'll just want to add this, that we got to figure out what the human condition has been for God knows how long. We're sitting here realizing that we're being played. We don't have the solution. I mean, Ben has one that I'm leaning towards more than every day.
There's a picture of them on that website. They fucking put a picture of the top 20 right there.
Yeah. The human condition of us. Now you can rise up, you can do what Ben said, or what a lot of people are probably getting to, or just ignore them. As far as live your life, do what you want. Don't play into the manipulation that they want to do. Don't play into, maybe because we're wrestlers and we're used to dealing with wrestling promoters and we know they do the marionette dance, they do the puppet strings, they try to get guys against each other. We know how they book us against each other, so we never have a union, which, by the way, there's no union in wrestling. So it mirrors this. There's never going to be unity because the human condition right now, and it's worse than ever with younger people, can't be smart enough to say they don't know shit about anything. So let me learn something. Not the reverse to the scientific method where you say, I know this is my received opinion. This is my received research and evidence from someone else. So therefore you have to disprove something, but by the way, you're not going to change my mind. I don't know what psychologically or personality trait or defect that is worldwide that people are suffering from. Do you see what I mean? Like cognitive dissonance, or it's mixed in with could be chemtrails, could be anything, but there's something missing from the independent thought, or at least the anti-narrative thought as a group that looks at this and says, holy shit, like CNN's working us, Fox News is working us, MSNBC's working us, the government's working us. Nobody wants to admit they've been played. Nobody wants to admit they've been taken advantage of. And that's exactly why they keep getting taken advantage of. Does that make sense?
They refuse to learn from history, even in 20 years of from 9/11 till now, of seeing what a false flag is. To just the agenda push that comes after exposes the crisis that they engineer. You know what I mean?
Well, think about it too. 9/11 is a perfect thing. We have hundreds of architects and engineers that are still in the business. They've built all the buildings pretty much across the United States, or had some hand in hundreds, if not thousands, of buildings. You won't listen to them. I haven't taken one engineering class, so I'm going to listen to the experts. We had a fire chief on talking about 9/11, talking about it is more. He said, nobody turns around and says, well, maybe that guy knows what he's talking about, because I wasn't there. I'm not a fireman. I don't know how fire works. No, they say he's a conspiracy theory. He's this, or he's a conservative. He's not a Democrat, or whatever. I'm genuinely interested and fascinated by how we have the most credible people going against these narratives. Even right now, with what's going on, we have some of the most credible people. I'm talking about Larry Elder. I'm talking about, I think Ben Carson might have commented on, but you talk about somebody like Larry Elder, Thomas Sowell, I think that's how you pronounce his name. You have all these people coming out who are black men. You have Candace Owens, a black woman, coming out and saying they're manipulating people for this. And they say, no, you're lying. I don't understand any of that. I'm genuinely fascinated by it.
They don't want to believe, like, early on, that they're being lied to over and over again. It's an abusive relationship that they just keep coming back to because of the glow of their electric sex TV that has provided them with comfort, and that comfort has been programming, and now they are programmed to where they believe the thing they're watching that is true is absolutely still a work. And even when it's exposed CNN, how many times they're setting up shots and it's a big fucking flood and shit, and the dude's chest high in water. Meanwhile, somebody in the background walks by and it's shin high. He's standing in a fucking ditch, like as simple as that.
About 100% of the time, even just 2 minutes of a 20-minute video. And then when a 20-minute video comes out, they wait for the next one and they never pay the consequences. Talking about mainstream media. Pop it on. I'll pass this to you real quick. There was a woman, I think it was Turning Point America. It doesn't matter if she's female or male, but she was a commentator or somebody that worked for Turning Point America. I think it's conservative, evangelical, or Christian, one or the other, but faith-based stuff. She put out a social media post that was basically had a Christian type of motive behind it, trying to, talk about everything that's going on and how it shouldn't be that way. We're all, God-fearing people, or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? She took a very neutral Christian, positive stance in her social media video. They called for her to be fired, and she got fired. So now what we're talking about, and I know, opinion, this isn't a thing you care about, but we're talking about some religious persecution right now. It's crossing a few different borders.
Had its second city step down this week after those letters.
Yeah, I saw that.
Listen,
the fact that we live in this freaking Twilight Zone episode, this bizarro world, is ridiculous. And it's, you do the right thing, you pay your taxes, you go to work, you get penalized, you get vilified. You put up the largest tantrum, you do the largest tantrum, you scream the loudest, top of your lungs, you know, like a little kid in the supermarket who didn't get his cookie. You throw the biggest rant and you stomp your feet, you hold your breath, you beat on the floor, and you get coddled. Look at this place in Washington. Is it Washington or is it Portland?
Seattle.
In Seattle. They took over 6 blocks and the police station, and they named it their own country, and they called it Chaz. And
let's correct that real quick. They were allowed to have it. They didn't take anything over.
Update is now called CHOP. they've rebranded already. It's now called Chop. So I didn't want you to fall
Chop, Chaz, shit on a stick, it doesn't matter. All I know is that
already switching gimmicks, not a good thing. If the first
what's the
gimmick
first
is
thing they did? What's the first thing they did? They put up border walls, right? To sectionalize their new country. So all these liberal and leftists who are complaining about putting up a wall to keep all this illegal immigration out, they're the people who took over this little section. And the first thing they did is put up walls. And what do? They're fighting with each other. We've seen the videos. They're beefing with one another, and everyone's like, "Oh no, it's a peaceful process. No, no, no." And they're asking for free food, and the governor is giving it to them and delivering porta potties after they just decided to throw a rant and do whatever they want and how they want to do it. No offense, but this is where the National Guard and the military needs to step in and take back what belongs to the country. You know what I'm saying? But again, Trump is one of them. He could have stepped up. He could have done right and proved to everyone he could be a leader, and he hasn't done his job. He's failed. He dropped he Sasquatched the situation. So that's exactly what it is. But to touch base on what Stevie was saying about how people don't take the word of all these professionals and they're labeled conspiracy theorists, we know, maybe the ham and eggers listening to the show don't know, that conspiracy theorist was a label invented by the CIA to brand people who question the narrative so they can stick out like a sore thumb. Now, on top of that, this shenanigan that's going on with the COVID 322, everyone went up in arms. Oh my God, Skull and Bones. Oh my God. Oh my God. You know what happens? They put that out there on purpose to catch each and every one of you so they can come back and retort and say, "Hey, dumbass, look at this. We put in 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. It's the same thing. It was a glitch in our program. There's no conspiracy theory. You guys really are nuts." And then what happens? All of us who who try to be free thinkers get labeled as nutcases with tinfoil hats because all these wannabe conspiracy theorists.
It's a setup to discredit.
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
It's a setup. Best not be, because if it is, they're getting wet up.
But dude, they can't outwork a worker, bro. They
No.
can't. They can't.
We see
You
it.
know, other people we've had on the show went out and start posting this on social media, and I'm like, dude, exactly what I told them. Oh, go ahead and try it, bro. You can't outwork a worker. It's not true. Don't fall for this. The tactics that worked 20 years ago to try to catch conspiracies don't work today because of technology.
Yeah.
But people are still now coming awake and
Just
trying these same tactics, think they're in the know. They're not in the know. They're fooling you with this disinformation so you can look stupid, so we can make everybody look stupid, so it could be business as usual.
that could be the
moving
same
forward.
as with the Obama George Floyd swap out with the JPEG on the blog that was published the week before he died. Then
Yes.
they swapped out the picture so people go back, spread that story, and they never clarified that it was just an updated thumbnail, and Twitter's AI, automatically updates that shit even if the timestamp is old, but doesn't matter because it's already out there and pushed out as a setup to discredit.
Listen, a lot of these people back in the day, not me, not used to, not Sal, but a lot of people who claim to be free thinkers, always questioning the narrative, they like trying to find faults in situations and try to find out that things aren't true so they can get their shine. They want to stand out above everybody else and say, "Hey, look what I did. Look what I found. Look how smart I am. All you people are stupid." But in actuality, nowadays, you can't be the first one to jump on the grenade. You got to realize that, hold on, let me take a step back and let me look at this from a 10,000-foot view and see all the angles presented in front of me with the scenario.
Yeah, you got to
so
fucking...
I can make the right assessment. And that is what separates the professionals like us to the common ham and eggers out there and all these jackoffs who think are conspiracy theorists, and they joke around thinking they know a thing or two because they saw a shoot video or read an autobiography. Like some of the bookers and promoters in professional wrestling.
Yeah. The other interesting part was that with that chop, I was hoping Sal would be here to break Sal on him because Already they're trying to run it like mob style, shake down businesses. I don't know how they think it was going to work if you're in the middle of a landlocked city with no way to produce food or bring in, outside materials that you're going to need, and you don't export anything, but you claim border and country. How do you think that's going to end when they fucking starve you out in 2 weeks?
But they're not going to be starved out because them taking over fits the Democratic narrative.
Maybe, but if you want to send in the military to
they should have been there already, bro. That's what I'm
agree.
telling you. Trump is not doing his job, bro. He's a fucking flake. Both of them, both Trumps are being flakes, dude.
I mean, we'll see what it breaks, but I think that's just them kids trying to play pillow fort in their own backyard.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
And all these people in Antifa, have you noticed how they look like? They look like all these people who are rejected by society because they like dyeing their hair. They like wearing dresses when they're men. They have their faces all gauged up and pierced, and they look, quote unquote, what a person who is conservative would call a freak. They might not be a freak. They might just be unique and different, not passing judgment on any of them.
Yeah.
But that's the first person they throw. And what happened to some of the old Black Lives Matter leaders that were running shop 5 years ago, few years back? They all got brought up on kitty fucking charges. Remember that?
Yeah, or they cashed in, the ones behind the scenes. Stevie, we lost 7 viewers. Well, actually only 5 now to Kenny Omega. So we're going to need you to take your shirt off for the rest of the show.
Let's see if I can do it. Did I do all this stuff? And
Yeah. Point, here's the
see what I got here. Let's see what I can do here. See if this works.
That's it. Let everybody
get some people.
Oh, that's it. All right, he's back. Our Lord, the Lord and Savior, CrossFit Jesus himself is back. Oh man.
Hey Stevie,
thanks.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, I need to invent headphones for people with long hair.
Nice. Can I ask you a question?
That?
Looks great. Looks great.
That's my post cardio sauna hair right there.
Very sexy.
Cato Bomb says, "Oh la la." He says, "We got to start gesticulating." So they're with it already. They're with it.
So Stevie, let me ask you a question. If you got an opportunity to get back on TV.
Oh, sorry, that's 50,000 bits from Chainsaw. I don't know who that is, but we appreciate that, Chainsaw.
Steven,
coming up through the chat room.
Steven, I'm all moist. Yeah, I love your hair.
50,000 bits.
Is this some kind of question about returning to a company or something?
Yeah, if they gave you a fat contract.
Oh, just got 20,000 bits from Dixie Gal. I'm not sure who that is. Dixie Gal 2 a.m. Appreciate
from Overchurch.
From Overchurch. Go ahead. Sorry,
Over.
Didn't mean to interrupt again. Go ahead. What was that?
No, it's funny. Go ahead. If you had the opportunity to go, would you? So this presented you. If you were given the opportunity to be main events, top of the card, but you had to do a Jesus gimmick, would you do it?
No, because I'll be doing the Jesus gimmick in front of no people in a performance center with a bunch of kids that never been tested for COVID. I don't know. You know what? If it were presented, because Right to Censor was something that I actually did believe in with the product. So if it was put with a twist of something where we're all smart enough to get our real message across. They think they're getting over on us, but you give me some live TV, you give me a little bit to do what I want with it. A lot of the stuff with Right to Censor was not scripted, or it was scripted by Jacob Israel, and we got it by. Stevie Night Heat for 6 or 7 months was not even known by the company, producing pre-tapes, making sure Stanford was putting it on TV. We literally ran a whole company without the McMahons knowing about it. Like I was producing pre-tapes with Al Snow and Coach, and getting the guy, here's the tapes for the pre-tapes, put this after seg 3. Like it was insane. So that's it's hard to say. I would do it a lot better than Seth Rollins, that's for sure. No knock against him, but he's literally phoning it in and doesn't care. And
so is Joey Ryan on cancel culture. Like both things that you could kill it on are being phoned in. Go ahead.
I could be like Dreamer and go back to both companies. I'm not going back to either one. Neither company needs me. AEW doesn't need me. Impact, whatever their
I
animal
need you,
like.
Stevie. We got to go to New Japan together, brother. Let's make
You
this
want to get
happen.
fucking kicked in the head for real? Why
I'll
you
take
want
the
to do that
kicks.
for?
I want to go there.
666 bits from Hey Pal. I'm not sure who that is, but appreciate you, Hey Pal, out there.
Look at the hair on that guy.
Look at that guy. Look at the goddamn locks on that son of a bitch.
Gotta put him in a dress and a red wig.
Look at him. God damn it. Oh, man, we're just having some fun here with it. The other thing that got sent as we, want to throw all this politics, bullshit, and New World Order stuff out the window is two things that dropped, 36 possible alien life forms that we're already in contact with, and then a new comet, in the sky, and then also that was very green, luminescent, and it was kind of an optical illusion because the person is in a car moving to the left while the comet's going to the right. So in one spot, it looks like it reverses direction for alien stuff, but pretty incredible. And, when you tape something on your phone, it's never as unbelievable as when you see it, with your own eyes. So it was pretty impressive even in the video. And then also a red dome that was created by, who knows, because of the chemtrail particles in the sky reflecting light that was trapped or what have you, but very strange. Or the fact that there has been shows called The Dome that, are this as their ability to create force shields, or is this Operation Blue Beam, or is this some naturally occurring thing that because Planet X is getting closer that maybe some of the ultraviolet rays in our atmosphere are being exposed because of some radiations that are in there, man. You never know. What do you mean? Do you think that's a rib? We have that, but
No. I'm just thinking they might have hit a pipe in Oak Island and some shit flew into the air that made that red dome.
That could be.
Did they find a Celtic cross in the middle of the dome?
I don't know if they did. I don't know if they found it yet. It's going to take a lot more money than what they've spent.
Didn't they do the rescheduling of the Mayan thing?
Yeah, that was going to go into that
this month.
Yeah, so there's another fun one. Go ahead with that.
No, they did a bunch of Cosby math and turned around and said, which, you're going off a calendar that you don't know. It'd be pretty interesting to actually do an episode on time. What is time and how is it measured and how's calendars measured? What's the most accurate way to measure time, days, nights, all these different things? It's really interesting. I mean, I'd
love to hear your guys' discussion on Star Trek and Star Wars with light speed and how that figures in age versus movement, because I know that's all calculated in both of those shows. So
probably more accurately than our actual calendars.
Right.
But the Mayan calendar, this is the whole thing. Like they said that they have predicted on one of those In Search of type shows way back where they said that technology will start to overtake us and technology will turn on us, a la Skynet. Did you ever see that one where the guy's getting eaten by the toaster, his ties in the toaster in the kitchen?
Yes.
It's like a ridiculous reenactment.
Yeah.
But there is a point where these smart refrigerators, these smart things may indeed be like that freedom to fascism type thing. Oh, you sure you want to order ice cream? Your health insurance is going to go up now. These kinds of things. So the Mayan calendar, though, getting back to that, they predicted that thing in like the 90s. Then they predicted Y2K. Then it was the big thing that somebody hitched a ride on 2012. That didn't happen. Then I believe we were doing the Horsemen. It was fall of 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think it was fall 2018.
Mm-hmm.
Then 2019. Same guy, right?
Yeah.
So now it's coming back around that now June is actually the what was it? December 21st, 2012. Now it's supposed to be June something.
But a week from now is supposed to be alien disclosure in DC too. Right? That got kicked around like the fucking funny bullshit ones today. But with all this stuff in the sky, man, and with Brazil and whatnot, I just want all that to put the rest of this shit to bed. No.
Oh, it will. It will. You think 2020 is over? No, bro. This is the appetizer. Wait. September, Hillary's going to court to testify against her emails. Something will go down. The election is in November. something big is going to happen.
October's going to be mad, bro.
Oh, dude, it's going to be fucking Halloween Havoc. Fucking
That might be it. It
three
might be the
tiers.
aliens there.
3 tiers, steel cage with an electric chair with a switch that don't work. Nonsense. That's what it's going to be, bro. It's going to be a shit show. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Wasn't there recently a thing that that site I sent you with the social contract with them doing, everything to kind of line up with a one world government? That's really what it is. Isn't there 2 people that they've already picked? There's a Chinese guy, I believe, and then there's a European guy that they've picked. They would be the leader of the world.
Yeah.
Remember, there was one was a Chinese guy. He would be the
president of China, no?
No, not the president of China.
It's not him.
And then there's somebody for the European Union that these 2 guys were the guys that they were saying would be the leader of the entire world with a one world government.
And that We Forum is leading and pushing towards that as well. I'm trying to go. Actually, they just reopened the borders of Jamaica, so I'm trying to go to Jamaica right at the end of September and then take the vacation in case shit goes down and the borders get shut down and I have to live the rest of my life there. I'm just going to live in Jamaica.
What part of Jamaica? The part right by the beach. Boy, Lord of mercy.
Believe that. Oh, Lord of mercy.
You can hang out with McAfee.
Yeah, why not, bro? I'm down at this point. We'll go cut a mixtape together and
he'll be like, yo, Ben, I got a hammock for you. Come here.
I got a hammock for you, pal. But people were loving the McAfee shit that we popped them again, just having a good time. But how much more can we do? As far as I'd like to get Bob Lazar if we could get him, but we've talked to McAfee. He's talking about Lockheed in the 70s and the Black Op projects and Stugin that it's going off. We've had the Brazil stuff that came and went and disappeared and is still flipped under the radar. I actually need to follow up and try and get a hold of those MUFON guys from down there and see if we need a translator to get them on. We'll reach out, but that's something we definitely need to follow up on. So
why don't we try to get Robert Bigelow?
Why not? Like this week, let's do a full court press.
He sold the ranch.
Dragon got him.
Dude, I don't even watch the show about anymore. 20 minutes. I watched about 20 minutes of that show with my wife.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, did Lisa or anybody from this agency like rent that space in that high rise in the boardroom? And then you have that guy Dragon sitting there like a fish out of water. Like this guy is a multi-millionaire real estate mogul or whatever he is, but he bought Skinwalker Ranch. Now let's go do some good old fashioned research. Come on, man.
Yeah, it's so shitty, dude.
Unbelievable. What did you guys think about that comet in the sky, the green one though? I mean, so that looked like some Krypton shit, man. Some Superman coming in.
Yeah, it definitely did. It definitely did. I mean, I was more impressed with that. I thought it was at first a rainbow. Then I saw it being a big bubble. Kind of reminded me of the.
Well, that was a separate incident.
No, I know. I'm saying your shit was impressive with the comet, but what really impressed me was because I didn't know what I was looking at. Then I'm like, oh, it's a cool rainbow. Oh, wait a minute, that looks like a force field that the Separatists and the robots from Attack of the Clones were using when they were moving forward.
That's true, yeah.
I was like, that's pretty cool. I was like, and this girl's crying, but one thing that gets me, I don't know. Do they have Michael J. Fox hold his freaking cell phone for every video with all these shakes going on, dude? I mean, come on. How hard is it to hold a video straight? You have 2 hands. Hold the camera.
If you're shitting your pants and a fucking big force field is about to open and the fucking, are coming out, you might not be the greatest footage, but no, I get it. Everybody's got some palsy who's fucking taping these things.
Man, it's so ridiculous.
Yeah. I remember I was in Chicago at FedEx picking something up. And there was the craziest rainbow I'd ever seen like that, where I felt like I was in a dome. Like it almost felt like a strange atmospheric happening around me. It was I was outside too, and it was a hell of a storm. And then it just went from like that to super sunshine, 90 degrees, when it causes those crazy rainbows. And there's probably 20 of us standing outside, and everybody was just like, holy shit, I've never experienced anything like that. It felt like you could get struck by lightning at any time, but you're standing under the fucking Skittles thing waiting to get rained on, pretty much. So That was interesting to me. Any of those atmospheric anomalies that look like they're right out of a movie, whether it's the force field of Wakanda or the fucking Empire, that we've never seen before. Why? Why are we only seeing it in our lifetime of the 40 years now? Not just because things can be captured on social media. People would have gotten this in the past, these anomalies, storm chasers would.
Maybe because we were younger, we didn't pay attention, or maybe now they're dropping seeds left and right for this Project Bluebeam to come into effect.
Yeah, I mean that's a big part of it. What did you think of the meteor, Stevie? What do you think that was?
I don't know, but I think that what's going on, I don't think, once again, that we're capable of passing any kind of test of full disclosure, even though technically we've gotten it with the Pentagon thing, and then they've released it multiple times. Like, hey, in case you guys didn't realize, this is a UFO. It's not one of ours. It's not from this world. Just wanted to remind, yeah, they're still fucking stupid, Bob. They aren't even doing it. You know what I mean? We tried to tell them 3 times. Maybe there was some kind of agreement with the extraterrestrials, just fun speculation, that they said, keep your mouth shut until 2020. Then we're going to let you, but you guys can't handle it, so we have to put it out little by little. I'd really like to think
I love that, but like at the same time, why do aliens go by our stupid fucking calendar? Like they transverse the universe to get here and go, well, you got to wait till your birthday on October 17th. Like, I'm with you. I'm just playing the other side of like.
Well, the aliens also, if it's something to where maybe, like you said, maybe they're already here. Like Robert Bigelow said.
Oh, they're here.
So, well, then maybe somebody is an alien that's in the military industrial complex. Maybe that would be the place you would put them and to watch everything.
Or maybe the people, maybe that tweet that came out by QAnon that says Soros takes his instructions from capital P, the letter capital P, and that was it. But when we went down this hole with the whole count in the 12 bloodlines of the Illuminati and all that stuff, and the 13 families, that the one sitting on top is the Pindar, right? That was the name, Pindar, if I remember correctly. And maybe it's an alien.
Pindar sounds, just to me, it sounds a bit Indian. And
it does. It's also Greek something or another from mythology.
But if you're going aliens, we're going right to Vimanas. We're going to sky gods, blue skin, avians, all that kind of shit. So,
well, it's Hellier. Didn't Hellier say there was so many freaking races of aliens that are here already?
Yeah, they say the number. I mean, we've seen the ones up to 80s, but this week the 36 gets dropped. You know what I mean? Like, these things just keep happening, coming out, and more anomalies in the sky, and let alone the alien footage from Brazil, which, why are we even talking? And then our own guests.
We can't even fucking handle a human being that looks different than us. Can you imagine? It's going to be Alien Nation times 100.
Fuck, man.
You got to watch that show. That has a lot of powerful messages, that TV series and that movie, Alien Nation.
Yeah.
Maybe Men in Black is a documentary now, Could very well be.
I mean, that's still covert. We're past that. we're in the public seeing it at this point.
But what I'm saying is how these aliens are here disguised as humans. Sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and that being kept in check by Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. I don't know.
Well, Will Smith needs to keep his own kid in check, because that's a whole fucking tragic situation over there as well. I don't know, man. You guys want to take it home early? We gave him a bonus show this past week. We exposed the 322 and everything else that's going on. We've just been pumping out media here for you guys with our.
You want to do some mailbag before we go home?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's do some mailbag. Good idea.
This way that we don't have like 3,000 letters when we owe affection over.
Yeah, let's do a little of that. We'll do 15 minutes there and we'll take it home. Loading Freemason mail. Brett Collette from Tulsa. There it says Tulsa. Loading. If it fucking loads. I'm an avid listener since the Russo brand pickup. I've written a few times and catch every episode. Trump's going to be in Tulsa this weekend, and I also happen to live in Tulsa. Just want to let you know you'll have boots on the ground in case any crazy shit pops off. Not really sure why he chose Tulsa, but everyone is hopeful it involves Tesla. Tulsa and Austin, Texas are currently the last cities in Tesla's Cybertruck manufacturing plant. Last, I'm hopeful as well as I'm in industrial IT, and we'll be applying it at Tesla ASAP. Anyways, take care. Brett, sent from an iPhone 4. Yeah, man, appreciate you listening. I know you're an avid listener and follower, man. Hopefully you're a subscriber at hackerhameen.podbean.com. But how about that cocksucker Elon Musk launching 58 new satellites for internet for his whatever his private this week? 58 new ones.
How many goddamn freaking what's more? More satellites in the air or more championship belts in WWE? Which is more? Holy cow.
Jesus, right?
Yo, listen, let me ask you something though. You guys ever watch Watchmen on HBO?
I watched it, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Predictive programming come into play. That whole thing with the Black Wall Street and the murder in Black Wall Street happened in Tulsa, in Oklahoma, right? And now with the Times and all this stuff with Black Lives Matters going down as well. You don't think there's
there's a lot written into that for sure. And how about the fact that the heel time jumps between the Mars where he lives, or the space community, and whatever fake reality that he comes back to dump the squids on people? Could COVID-19 be the squid that we're all terrified of, right? Like all this type of fucking shit, or the alien from the sky that's coming?
It could very well be, but I'm just talking about the connections for Tulsa. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, why is Trump going there now? You know what I'm saying? There has to be some reason. And Tulsa's, especially now with all this segregation.
He's saying hopefully for Tesla to help launch the fucking gimmick there. But
Tesla's a cyborg, dude. Come on.
It'll be interesting, because I also saw that Elon Musk told everybody, he's talking about the truck, but he said he wants everybody to pivot. All of his engineers, doesn't matter what you're working on, everybody is going to pivot. I think it was over 2,000 engineers and people that he employs to work strictly on Mars 2024, living there, like civilization. He doesn't give a fuck about the cars, the Hyperloop. He's shifting everything to that way, bro.
Well,
Stevie, you want to touch base on it since you're the tech head?
I was going to say that I just saw a picture of his girlfriend or wife, so I can see why he wants to move to Mars before she kills him. She looks a little nutty. Grimes? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah. You should see what they named the kid.
I know. They named the kid like XY or something, whatever. Let me see what the name is. I see it here. It's crazy, though.
I don't understand how people can trust this guy. The guy comes out and tells us, do not put all your eggs in this AI technology basket, because AI technology is going to be the downfall of man, and then opens up a Neuralink company solely to put AI chips in people's head. How does that work? You know what I mean? That's like saying, hey, don't touch the stove. Do me a favor. Can you grab that stove right there?
Yeah.
And people fall for it. Like, I don't understand how people are like, oh, Elon Musk. I just don't get it.
They got to him. Maybe they got to him, cloned him, and that's it. Dude, people were putting over that Dave Chappelle special.
Oh, the 846? You see it? I was just about to ask you.
Dude, I don't think it's him.
Really?
I double and triple down. I've been watching Dave Chappelle since he was 17 on MTV Half Hour Comedy Hour when Jon Stewart hosted it when he was early 20s. Leather jacket and fucking cigarettes, right? Like, I've seen everything Chappelle's put out there. Forget about the muscle mass, the difference in size alone, the timing and little shit and like cheap jokes that he tried to do in there. That's not Chappelle, dude. Like, I know a comedian when he hits a certain standard is not going to regress down. And this guy is just doing Chappelle takes of the simple things. And like all those little things that you could train a dude who looks just like him to do while Chappelle was in Africa. In that amount of time with an acting teacher and a coach and a guy who already looks like him who might be doing impersonations, it wouldn't take much to get him to that level, dude. And I just don't feel that what Chappelle delivered there was how Chappelle truly would deliver it. That felt like we need our Dave Chappelle to make a statement on this, and it was written by somebody else, and he delivered it. It just didn't feel like him to me, man.
It wasn't funny. I'll tell you that much.
It
was more truth than anything, and the fact that his birthday time is 8:46 and that was 8 minutes and 46 seconds that the guy had the knee on the guy's head. and supposedly his what do you say? Some other numerology nonsense where it was tied into the scenario.
There's just a
Some kind.
bunch in there that wraps it up because, well, we got to have the black voice that white people accept the most to say something, and so they can all feel one way or another about it. We can come together over Chappelle's comedy that's racial and controversial. It's not the same guy. Delivery wise, go watch the
Hey man, you're entitled to your own opinion, brother.
yeah,
I'm not knocking you for it, dude.
go watch the
You could be right.
the Def Comedy Jam 25-year reunion. At the end, very out of it, very not like seems brainwashed, very fucked
Either
up.
that, who knows? Maybe he's sick, or maybe he just fucking went nuts and couldn't come back. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
You could be right. It could be a clone too. Who knows?
From prestigious world, dear horseman, I know it's misinformation, ignorance, or brainwashing, but for you to have 25 years of experience with attempting to find the truth, it's obviously you four have much more to learn. Whether it's Sale, who's so fucking brainwashed that he believes vegetarianism is anything other than starvation diet developed by the elite to weaken the population. Kings ate meat. They fed the serfs and slaves vegetables and fruits and grains. You can't find any of the vegetables or fruits you eat in nature. They're man-made. Bananas are a fucking sugar slop stick. You won't be able to obtain the amount of sugar in nature that you get from your shitty little superfood fruits that were made in a lab that are in your organic market. They try to make vegetables taste better because in nature, no fucking human would eat that shit. It's toxic. It literally has anti-nutrients. Plants don't want to be eaten. They have defense mechanisms. Your insides are fucked and you know it. Ha 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 ha. And seeds in general are fucking awful. They cause mental illness and disease. And even if you do eat meat but cook it, that's still fucked up and you're brainwashed. They fooled you into thinking bacteria is bad. It's not. Eat some raw meat, pussy. You're part of the vegan Illuminati agenda. Then Stevie, you're mentally ill. Taking care of yourself has nothing to do with working out. If you'd stop eating a shitty plant-based diet, you wouldn't have to work so hard for nothing. Lifting weights for society's idea of what your body should look like is mental illness 101, and you're killing yourself. You're literally shortening your life by putting it under so much stress on your body. Have fun only living to 85 and thinking it's an accomplishment when living to 150 was common back then. Then Bin. You're so busy jerking off to David Icke's lizard tongue that you're blind to his misinformation bullshit. Of course he's right about some things and may have the right mindset, but he's fucking spouting off bullshit about lizard people because he was told about them by the voices in his head. He's under mind control, totally brainwashed to make real truthers look bad, and there's so much obvious errors to be shape-shifting videos and pics. The wall enclosed in the back would have to be shape-shifting too. You would have to believe that people shooting the videos are in on it, or that they are reptilians, or a makeup artist is a reptilian, or that your next door neighbor is a reptilian, or you're a reptilian. Ha ha ha, fucking retarded. They worked you. It's to make you look paranoid, but the seeds you eat are already doing that anyways. Then GGP. You probably think all celebs are part of the Illuminati. They're not. They're slaves like you who eat the same shitty grain diet. Hillary Clinton looks like shit. If she was the real Illuminati, she'd look much, much better. A child's blood is extremely nutritious, as is any other form of animal product that's able to be consumed. We are made up of blood, you fucking brain. You're fucking brainwashed if you think drinking blood is crazy or unnatural. Congratulations, they got you. Ha ha ha. Morals are made by men. Religion is made by men. You're a religious believer who thinks Jesus will come to save them. So you don't have to do anything, right? You just sit there and wait while the elite take advantage of you. Ha ha ha. You're waiting for something that will never come. The Illuminati are nobody you can see. They'll never show themselves. They eat raw meat. They eat babies. They do sick things because they've brainwashed you into thinking those sick things are bad, so you'll never do them. There's literally no reason to do those things if they aren't beneficial. Ha ha ha. They're smartened up, but they're dumb enough to eat babies because they're bored. No, dumb fuck. Ha ha ha. Satanism equals anything that's unnatural. Eating babies isn't unnatural. It's nature. However, the way they want you to live is unnatural, and that's satanic.
Who is this from?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Prestigious world.
Prestigious world.
Prestigious worldwide. Prestigious entertainment worldwide. And then he sent 4 videos. I'm not sure if they're him or what have you.
Sounds
But
like a friend of ours.
sounds
Yeah,
it sounds
I
pretty
was
good.
thinking the same thing.
Yeah, but there's videos, so I'll forward those. You make a lot of great points. Sometimes it's not in this email, obviously, but we appreciate you taking time to write all this shit.
A lot of time.
Like, your life must be pretty fucked up if you had to write all this shit. Like, you're a twisted motherfucker, man. Like,
First of all, none of us are vegans or vegetarians, so I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
yeah.
Sal's a vegetarian.
Well, no,
Sal's a vegetarian.
Well, he's a pescatarian. He eats fish.
Oh, that's right. He's fish. Okay.
And I've sat down with him when we were eating gyros in Queens. Him, and Tony Mamaluke.
And
I
if
mean,
this guy, I got some nuts he can chew on if he wants some.
And I'm sorry, but eating a baby and drinking blood is nutritional.
Yeah.
How would this guy know? Has he done it? Is he confessing to something? Why would you eat a baby? That's the dumbest thing ever. This guy's just trolling us. He's trying to be.
Oh,
cool.
I gotta go, guys. I gotta break this home gym down and take it apart.
Yeah, Stevie, what the
Why?
fuck?
So you can only live to 85,
85, man. That's like twice the. That's more than 2 times the average pro wrestler. That's amazing.
We're
Good
killing
luck
it.
living till I'm 85.
You guys ready for this one? Here we go. Oh fuck! Way too soft. I'll come back with it. Hold on one sec. Fuckers, here we go.
I think we lost it.
Y'all are you pussy. Y'all are you piece of crap. Y'all are you moron. You think you can
Jala.
laugh me up and get away with it? Expect my reply on Sunday. You piece of crap. You fat shit. You moron. You infidel.
I'm just curious about what we're supposed to do. I'm fascinated by that. What are we supposed to do? Guide us.
Eating pizza. I'm surprised you're eating pizza with your wives, with your 439 wives. Guarantee you all of them are under the age of 12. Just like your role model Muhammad. Ya Allah, you fat crap. Good luck watching Backlash, that shit show. You mark. You fat piece of trash.
And then I sent him a picture.
Ali G sounds angry.
Yeah, but I mean it goes back. Yeah, I haven't sent it. I sent him my pro wrestling tees, but.
You piece of crap. Do you know what you are, Bin Hameen? You are a culture vulture. That's what you are. You're a typical white person, and you talk about the elite and all this shit, but you rip off the Asian culture. You rip off their gimmick.
The Asian.
That's what you are, Bin. You're a culture vulture. Ya Allah, you piece of crap.
So you want to be a conspiracy horseman? You want to wear the fucking stripes? Go to prowrestlingtees.com/BinHameen/Stevie Richards/Greek God Papadon/SEG shirts and see what you're fighting in the face of ignorance. I love it when people call out my gimmick like that they want to call me a culture vulture or what have you, because I do blackface if I get too white and I need to tan or what have you. You can say that. And that I am an atheist playing a Muslim extremist because I'm against all religion and fucking confines, especially ones that keep down women, that abuse children, that do fucking sexual mutilations, that kill people because they are just against some fucking edict from God because a father can't accept his gay son, that it spits in the face of Christianity at the fucking same time and they're at war and everybody's got God on their side, and the fucking ridiculousness of that is so laughable to me that everything I do is to fucking smash both sides down constantly with the truth, and neither can take it, whether they don't like the misrepresentation or they don't like having to look in the mirror that fucking casts the ugly shadow of themselves that they don't fucking want to see. And I'll never stop doing it. Yallah.
Listen, man, I love the hate. Bring the hate. You know why I love the hate? Because I guaranteed each and every one of these SJW snowflakes that if they were in our face, they wouldn't talk like this. If that guy from wherever he's from was in your face, he'd be asking you to sign an 8x10, not telling you that you're a piece of crap. That guy who sent the email would be asking Stevie for freaking workout tips if you saw Stevie in person, because he'd be like, yo, I want flat abs and flat earth just like you, my friend. Look, man, to all you people out there, love us or hate us, bring it. We don't care, because we know two things for fact. One, we value your opinion. We feed off of it. We thrive on it. And two, if you guys do decide to step up and try to be a little ballsy, we'll knock you in your place and punch you in your fucking throat. Because we're
Oh.
4 grown men who ain't scared of anything. Nothing.
You better be
step-
terrified. Ryan Satin's threatening people. Anybody who affiliated with the Russo brand can fuck off. So I'd hate to fucking be in the same room with me when I fucking step up and say, you got something you want to say,
Listen,
pal?
man. Look, dude, he's a guy. Wasn't that the dude that you knew from TMZ or something? And you only got the rub in the business because of TMZ.
He might get a
him.
$5 rub upside his fucking face if he's in the same room with me.
Look, all I know is this: you're gonna catch the realness with this show, whether we're hunting for alien gold or we're just talking like we do in the locker room. We're not taking sides. We present facts, and we hit everything from all different angles. You can have your own opinion about us. We don't care. But you want to talk trash? Go ahead, talk trash. But if you talk trash via email or you want to do it on a message, when you see us face to face, do us the favor, please. Talk to trash. I fucking dare you. Because you talk to trash to any one of my brothers and I'm there, you're going to get got. I swear to Christ. Because that's how I don't play, dude. None of us play. We're real men. We're not little boys. We're not cosplay wrestlers. We're 4 professional wrestlers who've been doing this a long time. And we're real men. When trouble comes our way, we don't back down. We don't start trouble, but when it comes our way,
Well, you start
we'll end it.
You start some shit even when we're in the ring, and I have to fucking reel you in. So it can it can pop off at any time. So
that's in character, brother. That's in character.
I don't know. That one guy you called a motherfucker and was ready to jump that fucking one
Oh,
high.
I wanted to see what's gonna happen. He jumps, and then if
I
he
wanted
touches
to
me,
see
I'll
what was
him.
gonna happen. He says, Stevie.
Please,
I wanted to see.
Look, bro, I'm not one of these guys right now. I'm not one of these guys right now that if they catch some kind of heat, they back away because, oh no, we got sponsors. Look, I get heat, I double down, I triple down on it. I make it nuclear because guess what? Heat puts butts in seats, and heat is where the money is. You know that. Stevie knows that. Sal knows that.
Apparently, we got a lot of it for eating nuts and fruits and not drinking enough baby blood, Stevie.
He left out the cardio too. I'm really upset about that. So please, in your next email, I did cardio this afternoon. I have a mental dude. I'm a fucking almost 30-year veteran of pro wrestling. I know I'm mentally ill. You don't gotta fucking tell me. You know, for 19, I knew it when I got into it.
I absolutely love this kind of shit. To be honest with you, just because it's everything we do is for reaction because we're all fame whores.
Let me tell you something. You know what else you are, Benjamin? You're a conspiracy theory knucklehead. You're a conspiracy theory dumbass. And if I ever see you, which I wouldn't because I live in England, I will pay you $5 to slap you in the face, you piece of crap, culture vulture. That's what you are.
It's like, dude, I want to say, by the way, it just reminds me of that it reminds me of absolutely nothing eloquent, as a matter of fact. But it's funny how he probably wrote it down like it was the Bailey Page break promo. He had to go back. He's like, I'm going to pay you $5 to slap. Oh, that's not right, but I have to read it still. I'm going to pay you $5 to slap you in the face.
Whatever Instagram does 30 seconds, that's what he does. He has to go back and record the next bit. And then I just send him my Pro Wrestling Tees link. I don't even
Well, who's the mark?
I don't need a dox him. Yeah. Fuck him.
No, man, he's reaching out to you.
Yeah.
I love the fact that he said this is the greatest wrestling promo ever because it's absolutely no payoff. Because if I ever see you, which I won't, like completely just like after that, nothing.
Because he's worried there's an ocean between us and he never would come to the U.S. or that I suck enough that I'd never get booked in the U.K. Which
we can make that happen.
Yeah, big money, big nuts, man. StevieRichardsFitness.com. Go subscribe to his YouTube, Tech Reviews. Go subscribe to Russo's YouTube.
I'm sure that emailer is really going to like, I just put up a review on a juicer. So all those fucking bastardized foods of fruits and vegetables. Now you can drink more than ever. So I just put that up tonight.
You can get the new Culture Vulture shirt soon enough at Pro Wrestling Tees. We just got to get it designed. I see El Plaza and they're popping for it already. GGP, you heard about any bookings we can jump on yet?
Oh, Stevie's coming out of retirement soon. We're all going to New Japan. He'll
That's
make
it.
the call for all of us, brother. We can all have a good time.
Okay.
And take over the land of the rising sun. Sal can put on a Godzilla costume and we can have some fun. It'll be over like Rover, dude.
Well, they won't know the difference because I'm always just culture vulturing the Asian culture. I should I should fit right in, no problem.
Listen, man. All I know is that I can't wait. I am seriously jonesing to get in a ring and bump around and hit the ropes, like literally, like a freaking crackhead. I need to get in that ring. This is the longest in my almost 21-year career. In July, I'll be 21 years that I haven't been in a ring or haven't bumped, and it's driving me insane. If the gym was open, maybe I wouldn't be so insane because I would have my exodus. The home workouts are going the way they're going, but it's not the same, man. It's not the same.
Yeah. Well, it's not the fact of that. It's because you eat a plant-based diet that you're slowly going insane.
Yeah, that's
insane.
it. Plant-based diet. That's it. Because the Greeks don't eat a bunch of lamb. Nah.
You can check him out on the New Force Order where he's talking about his fantasies for Luke Skywalker and other.
Listen, it's Tashi Station is code for Tushy Station.
Yeah, dude.
We declared that.
He got hot today, Stevie. You weren't privy to it, but I had to break it down that Luke Skywalker is considered a possibly gay character underneath.
He's not gay, dude.
Okay.
He's Luke Skywalker. He tongued his own sister down. Calm down.
That might have turned him.
That's Freudian.
Could have been.
That his father was a pussy slayer and then turned, and that he never found a chick. He became a monk and whatnot. The self-loathing homosexuality. I'm sure we might have to have a bigger breakdown of all this. And
whatever, man. To each their own. What do you want me to tell you?
He even went and lived on an island with ugly aliens, so he wouldn't be sexually tempted.
Maybe.
But then he's over there doing weird suck jobs on the big blue thing to get blue milk out of the nipple. Something ain't right with Luke, man. He's been kayfabing for a while. But you can check out the new
some extra lightsaber work in with Obi-Wan.
He was
Homeboy 88 suing him for gimmick infringement, so don't worry about it.
He's double stroking lightsaber skiing all night long. And you can check him out on the New Force Order podcast with Darth Spiro and Alex Arroyo. We appreciate all that extra content that you guys are kicking out, man, for the super fans at hackerhameen.podbean.com and obviously New Force Order on their own channel as well. Give them a follow, check out their store as well, and grab their merch. There's as much hate mail as I can stand for one night. I'm going to go over and torture myself some more, watch AEW so we can come back tomorrow with the Ultra Kayfabe Declassified Friday Locker Room first thing here in the morning with Stevie and I, probably 8:30 in there, so watch for the signal to go up. We'll cover all the bullshit headlines, wrestling news that GGP refuses to watch even though he still wants a job. And then I'll be back on Like the Fuse podcast to talk AEW, and then who knows what else we got going on later that afternoon. But keep it locked here, twitch.tv/Conspiracy Horsemen, hackerhameen.podbean.com. Appreciate everybody in the chat tonight. Doing it real big, getting along. You guys got anything else?
I'll tell you after we sign off.
All right, y'all, we're out of here, infidels. Send all your hate voicemails. I got nothing better to do. Maybe I'll digitize your wrestling library if I get a chance as well. Y'all.
Goddamn plant seeds.